Skip it up and that up.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and these are Raging Man Titties. What you are looking at today is Golden Axe 3. I am playing this via the Sega Genesis Mega Drive collection that's available on Steam, and it's okay. It doesn't hold a candle up to the original Golden Axe. Hell, it doesn't hold a candle up to Golden Axe 2. The animations are very chunky, the hit detection's very crappy, there's a lot of cheap moves the enemies pull on you. I don't know, it's an okay game, but I'd rather play the original Golden Axe for the Sega Genesis. But if you want to give this a shot, it's available for a couple bucks on Steam, and hell, the collection comes with Revenge of Shinobi. So a bunch of you sent me articles on today's topic, but the first guy to do it was actually a buddy of mine through Facebook. I actually used to go to high school with him. His name's John, so shout out to John for being the first to send me an article on today's topic. Thank you, man, I appreciate it. So kids, are you ready for a new console?
Is it coming from Sony and Microsoft?
No.
Does it have like a 16-core processor, or does it have an 8-core processor that could do 16 threads of code, like simultaneously at the same time?
No.
Does it have an AMD 7950 in it so it has sweet graphics? I want those 4K visuals.
Duh, no.
Is it going to use Microsoft Smart Glass? It looks pretty amazing.
Oh, for Christ's sake, let me talk about it and I'll tell you. God. Anyway, the new console is called the Ouya. It's pronounced like Booyah without the B. The Ouya is not meant to be a competitor with the current generation of consoles. It's actually meant to be an alternative to them. Every game for the Ouya, for now, will be free to play, and later on developers could set their own prices for their games, like microtransactions or anything they want to do to make money. On top of all that, the console will only cost $99 US. The controller looks to be interesting as well. It features a lot of things we've come to expect: 2 analog sticks, a D-pad, 8 buttons, but it also comes with a touchpad. It's not going to be the size of the Wii U's, it's only going to be about 3.5 to 4 inches, but they implemented the touchpad to make the system compatible with a lot of Android games that are currently on the market. For a $99 console, the specs are actually pretty decent. It's going to include a Tegra 3 quad-core processor, 1GB of RAM, 8GB of internal flash storage, HDMI connection to the TV with support for up to 1080p HD, Wi-Fi 802.11bgn, Bluetooth LE 4.0, and 1 USB 2.0 port. So how the hell is this thing going to be so damn cheap? They're basing the operating system on Android, Ice Cream Sandwich to be specific. The Ouya is going to be a very open console, and they want people to hack it. You heard me right. So if you root the system, it's going to be very simple, and it's not going to void your warranty. I have to agree with IGN on this. The biggest issue I have with the system being so easily hackable is that it could allow people to cheat when they play multiplayer games. But on a positive note, allowing the system to be so easily tinkered with could allow for a lot of cool innovations and bright ideas coming from the independent development community. Even Minecraft developer Mohang is interested in the Ouya. Mohang wrote, "If Ouya delivers on the promise of being the first true open gaming platform that gives indie developers access to the living room gaming market, then yes, it's a great idea. We will follow the development of the Ouya and see how it resonates with gamers. I could see all current Mohang games go on the platform if there's a demand for it." Okay, so just to give you an idea of how psyched people are for the Ouya, they just started a Kickstarter page today, and they had a goal of $950,000. They wanted to reach that by August 9th. They are already at $1,660,219. They've almost doubled their goal in a day. That's insane. Now, after I read this article, I looked at other articles on the web and saw people's comments on the Ouya, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want Angry Birds on my TV. It's just going to be for casual gamers." For everyone saying that, you don't understand the potential that this box has. First off, the Tegra 3 chipset can produce some pretty damn good looking graphics, okay? It's not going to be PC caliber visuals, but it's pretty damn close to current generation consoles. And the beauty of the Ouya is they're going to let anybody who wants to develop a game for it do so without licensing fees. Think of Ouya as the YouTube of the game development community, okay? How many people like me who are on YouTube, do you think Review Tech USA would have ever been on like CBS or CNN? No, I would have never gotten into mainstream media. But because of YouTube, I got a voice, and a lot of other people out there who are talented were given the chance to have their voice be heard because of YouTube. The Ouya is going to to give independent developers a chance to have their software be sold around the world. And because it's an open platform, we're going to see more originality, more creativity. We're going to see games developed for the Ouya that would never be published or distributed by EA or Activision. So everyone who's sick of the same old games and getting sequel after sequel shoved down their throats should be in love with this system and what it's about. The games are going to be cheaper because most of the games are going to be by independent developers. There's going to be more variety, creativity, and originality, and games are going to be more affordable. You're not going to see $60 games and then have to pay for DLC on top of it. This system could be revolutionary, and I'm very excited for it, as you can hear. It's going to allow anyone to become a successful game developer if they really want to. It's going to allow fresh ideas to be put back on the table and not be so taboo. And most importantly, it's going to make gaming very affordable again, because ever since this current generation of consoles was released, gaming has got more and more expensive. So what's your take on the Ouya? Do you think this open platform-based console can be successful, or do you think it will be dead on arrival? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link on either G2P or YouTube, and if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your channel in the description.